What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We have a lot to talk about today, but before I get started, I just wanted to say, if you are new to the channel, I'm Element, and I am a huge light side Star Wars fan. I enjoy everything Star Wars, and I try to remain as positive as I can be and try to stay away from the negative. And if you enjoy Star Wars as much as I do, please join us. Squadron 7 will welcome you with open arms. Now, let's get to the video. So you might have noticed in recent news that a lot of people are talking about the fact that Palpatine being a clone in The Rise of Skywalker was confirmed in an excerpt released by the Rise of Skywalker novel. Now, obviously, I didn't need this confirmation. I knew from day one that that was the case. And if you go back to my video, my positive review of The Rise of Skywalker, or my Skywalker Saga Explained, I do say that he is a clone and that none of the things that they did in The Rise of Skywalker ruins Anakin's sacrifice or ruins any of the prophecy. And I'll put those two videos in a card here in the corner you can click to and watch if you want to confirm that. Now, it was pretty evident that it was a clone. If you listen to the beginning of the movie when Kylo is visiting Exegol, he's talking about being all of the voices that Kylo has heard, and you see Bacta tanks full of Snoke bodies, and it's kind of clear to me that there is some sort of like life extension or cloning technology in the works, especially if he has the ability to be Snoke and be someone else, so he has the ability to clone himself. Now, this story in particular comes straight from the Dark Empire comics, and I've been telling everyone who has been hating on the sequel trilogy that there's a lot of the extended universe, a lot of the Dark Horse comics that will take time to canonize, but eventually everything will come to fold.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
And of course, now you'll notice the big channels on YouTube like Screen Rant and Star Wars Theory are all posting videos about how Palpatine's clone was confirmed, and it fixes everything in The Rise of Skywalker in terms of Anakin's sacrifice, and it fixes a lot that was wrong with the movie. And guys, it was never broken. You have to engross yourself in the story and fill in these gaps yourself. Don't fall to the dark side and let the hatred fuel you and your own experience of the Star Wars universe. Everyone who wanted to hate the movie created their own reasons to hate the movie. And of course, everyone knows if you go into a movie wanting to hate it, no matter how good it is objectively, you will find a reason to hate it. But if you go in as a Star Wars fan and you go in taking it all in with a certain degree of suspension of disbelief, you end up happier, you end up enjoying it more, and of course, you come out of it happy instead of sullen and downtrodden. Now, this Palpatine clone concept also puts into perspective a larger narrative that has been seeded all the way back to the prequel trilogies, when it comes to being one with the Force, and from Qui-Gon Jinn's learning to become a Force ghost, to Yoda learning from the Wills that Qui-Gon indeed became a Force ghost, and then in turn learning that technique, to Obi-Wan Kenobi saying in A New Hope, "If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine." You know, the story from there takes a turn where Palpatine is somewhat the most powerful being in the galaxy, and it's confirmed in this clone concept that Palpatine was unable to retain his full power in this clone body as his flesh was decaying or decrepit and putrid. And as soon as he absorbed the dyad energy from Rey and Kylo, he was able to some extent exert some of his full power. But it was at that point that Rey channeled the past Jedi who had become one with the Force. And it's in this concept that all of the Jedi who had accepted death, accepted that their power was greater in death than in life, it turned out that Rey, being able to use the power of all the Jedi who had become one with the Force in the past, is the power she needed to overcome Palpatine. And so if anything makes a lot more sense with the Palpatine clone concept, it's this one, where all of the Jedi from the past who had become one with the Force actually enabled the power to defeat Palpatine in the end. The second story in the video, obviously, is the announcement of the Star Wars High Republic. We got some behind the scenes kind of announcement teaser trailer showing some footage of some new concept art and some new information on some thematic concepts that they're trying to hit with this new trilogy. Now, we're going to see some new Jedi, some new heroes, some new villains. And what I want to see most of all in this new trilogy is, at this time, it's the height of the Jedi power, their martial power. And I would love to see them explore more of the esoteric concepts in the Jedi Order, including healers, warriors, scholars, explorers, lightsaber forms, duelist schools, all of those things that kind of make up the height of Jedi martial capability. Aside from those things, obviously, since Darth Revan was canonized in The Rise of Skywalker, I would love to see some kind of mention of Satele Shan and Darth Malgus. Maybe we get to see a new Jedi hero, a new Jedi protagonist. Now, of course, because Darth Revan was canonized, I would love to see some kind of mention of Revan and Bastila Shan, and maybe even Satele Shan, but I just want, my number one desire in the High Republic, because it's not the Old Republic, is to see some kind of descendant of Revan and Bastila and Satele, maybe, and a new Jedi from the family Shan. That is like a dream come true scenario, because Satele Shan is my favorite Jedi from the Old Republic, and I would love to see some kind of canonization or some form of mention of her in the new trilogy, so that we can see a continuation or at least a canonization of these stories that we're familiar with, especially since they have finally canonized Revan in The Rise of Skywalker. And so with that canonization, we can assume that possibly maybe, that Bastila Shan is also part of canon. We don't know, but I definitely would love to see that story unfold in the High Republic. Another thing that the High Republic stands to do is to canonize a lot of extended universe and legends, comics, and stories that we are familiar with and thought that Disney will have scrapped it completely. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, a lot of the legends will take time to canonize. Disney needed to standardize a story for 7, 8, and 9 to kind of base their foundation on. And so a lot of the stories that are no longer canon and are legends, and a lot of people are disappointed in that, and I understand that. There's still a lot of time. We have The Mandalorian, we have the Obi-Wan series, we have a lot of Star Wars to look forward to as fans, and we have a lot of time to see all of those legends be canonized. First it was Thrawn, and now it was Darth Revan, and we will see things continue to be canonized from Legends and Extended Universe, and so that is the hope for High Republic. But that's all of the news I have to share with you in this video. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave your comments in the section down below. Also, let me know what you're most looking forward to in the new High Republic trilogy, and don't forget to subscribe, join the Squadron 7, and turn on notifications so you know when I post new videos, and I'll see you in the next one. But as always, may the Force be with you.